Oh, that's what I was gonna watch, dude. Thank you, the Dark Co. Actually, fucking poggers. Actually, the Pog champion. TYT, Michael Schur, who's a huge lib, by the way. I love him. God bless him, as Joe Biden would say. He interviewed a bunch of Trump supporters, so we're gonna watch this shit. It's so funny.
Not wear a mask.
Because it's a lot more about just safety. It's actually about control. And the mask, and it literally says on the box of the mask, it doesn't stop the virus. It decreases your oxygen. It allows you to breathe in your own CO2. You need oxygen to stay healthy. You need oxygen to fight viruses. So when you're wearing a mask, scientifically, it is actually lowering it's increasing your risk of actually catching a virus.
He's done the research.
When you hear Dr. Anthony Fauci, for example, who's on the Vice President's Health Commission on COVID, say that by wearing a mask you're helping to stop the spread, what do you think of that?
He's a liar.
And why is that?
Because I don't believe in numbers.
What do you do to that? What do you say to that? That is a fucking... What do you do at that point? I don't believe in numbers. I think numbers are a Zionist conspiracy. Protocols of the Elders of Zion. Who came up with math? Arabs? Algebra? I don't want that Arab numeral shit in my schools. Arabic numerals? What's next? You want me to do Sharia? Yeah, I will not wear a mask because the next step after I wear a mask is wear a head covering, praying 5 times a day. I don't even know what 5 is because I didn't learn numbers. I don't believe in them.
People die with about 40, 50,000 every month in the United States, and most of these are probably people that were going to die for some reason, and just because they had...
Dog. External casualties. Or not external. Fuck. That's not the word. God damn it. Oh my God, my brain is not working. Look. Listen. Excess, not external. There are a number of people who die every month. There are a number of people who die every month. I'm going to lose my mind. You can go to the CDC database to look at the number of people who died in the month of March in 2018, in the month of March in 2017, in the month of March in 2016, and you can look at the excess number of deaths of the people who died in the month of March in 2020. Okay? This is all information that is readily available to you. You can just literally look at it. You can look and compare. You can find that there are, for some weird reason, the exact amount of excess deaths in the month of March, April, May, June, July, especially during the peak of the pandemic, that correspond to the number of coronavirus casualties. Either these extra people out of nowhere in comparison to all of these previous years died for some weird fucking reason that no one knows about still, or they died because they had comorbidities and they got coronavirus and they couldn't get the treatment, or they just died because they got coronavirus and had comorbidities. Okay? Either the scientific community internationally is lying, they're all in on it, brother, or they died of coronavirus because the scientific community is not lying about a global pandemic. It is so simple. It's so simple. It's so easy to just look at the numbers. How the did 200,000 plus extra people die in the past 6 months?
Hassan.
Shout out to our political
than
king Hassel.
Any other year? How?
The American people are tired of women.
And Zine? Oh, and so on.
Had the virus in their system, it's listed as a death. So I'm not buying it. I don't think there's near as many deaths.
No, sir, I don't wear a mask. Never have.
Okay, but how did they die? I'm not buying it. Like, people try to wash it away, but like, just try to wave it away. Like, 40,000 people die a month, brother. It's like, okay, cool that you know that. So what happens when in 1 month, instead of 40,000 people dying, 60,000 people die? What then? What happened? Why did 20,000 extra people die? Please explain this to me. Please. especially in comparison to the previous year's same month. How? This is the 5G. At least with 5G conspiracies, like there is something else that's going on that's killing people. You have to, at the very least, if you pull out a piece of the puzzle, you got to put something else. You got to fucking jam another piece into that fucking hole that you left. You literally can't just be like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And then, okay, so what killed them?
I don't plan to. I know 2 people that have died from COVID. So I know the virus.
We had a very mild flu season the last 2 years, and so the people that would have died from that survived is the data the doubters are using. Unacceptable.
is real. But if someone is in such dire condition.
His name is Hassan.
In its peak during the flu season, at its peak, I think this was like the past 2 years are mild flu seasons because it was like 30,000 people died, or it was like 17,000 and then like 20,000 or 30,000 people died, okay, from the flu. At its peak, it goes all the way up to 65,000. We have had 200,000 people die so far. What is going on?
They are afraid that they're going to catch it. They need to stay at home anyhow. Because, and I'd say that to my mother. In fact, my mother's 94 years old.
But you mentioned it. What if you could actually bring it to her? Does that give you concern that you should wear a mask around her ever?
Well, no, I don't. Because, like I said, I think that they've blown the entire thing out of proportion.
What do you think of the president's handling of the coronavirus?
I think he's done a fabulous job. Trump has done all he could do. They tried to stop everything he tried to do.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? I mean, it's something that kind of snuck in here. You can't see it. I think he's done a lot better than, the previous administration did with the N1H1.
But it's not his fault.
That's not true. The previous administration's N1H1 dealings. N1H1? What the fuck? Oh my God. N1H1. Oh, he's saying it. He's saying it the way that Biden says it. Oh my God. I'm gonna die. I'm literally gonna die. Okay, just. Oh my God. Okay. This is how fucking brain disease jumps from that dipshit to me. Okay. So it does work. Because remember how I always asked, like, why does Trump constantly talk about fucking swine flu? Like, why does he always talk about swine flu? Because, like, the previous administration's swine flu numbers actually are much better in comparison. It's like literally a false equivalence that hurts the person using the false equivalence, right? And I always ask, like, what's up? Why how is this working? It turns out it is working. They fucking believe it. They're like literally like, yeah, Obama did H1N1, N1H1, doesn't matter. He did it worse than Trump did coronavirus.
Going on with this coronavirus. He has nothing to do with what's going on. It happened. He's trying to fix it. That's all you can do is try to fix the problem.
And I don't believe in wearing a mask. It don't do you a bit of good.
It's just a way to avoid getting harassed by people. It doesn't really serve that much of a purpose in terms of stopping the spread of...
Good. This is why shaming works, dude. I will shame this man into wearing a fucking mask all day, every day.
Of the disease.
It's not, you're not going to die from it most likely.
I think he's doing everything that he can do.
But I don't go places where you got to wear a mask.
Just because you don't want to have to do that?
Because I don't want to get in a fight with somebody, to tell you the truth.
And what would the fight be? What would the fight be?
You're editing this.
What would the fight be about?
Running their mouth. I don't ask you why you got your mask on. Don't ask me why I don't have my mask on.
Well, it's my job to ask questions. I'm sorry.
No,
but
I'm just saying in general.
Michael, sure.